Welcome to the American Dream. I'm your host, Steve Alkenar. Today, we meet Mike Christensen, a custom home builder, a combat veteran, and the founder of Freedom for Heroes, proving that service doesn't end when the uniform comes off. Let's go meet Mike and see what he's building. Hey, Mike.
Hey, Steve.
How you doing?
Good, how are you?
Good. This is a great place.
Thank you. Yeah, it's
Very nice. Custom home?
Yep, custom home, about 5,000 square feet.
Very nice. Yeah. So tell me, what's going on? Like, what do you really like about this?
Yeah, this has been a great project because, this client we've done multiple projects for, and so it's a long-term relationship. And they decided that they wanted to build a house out in the Rio Verde area here, and so we are a design build company, so we did all the internal design. She had a relationship with an interior designer named Alicia Taylor, who's amazing. And between Alicia and our design, we put together this amazing house.
So I noticed, Mike, your shirt, the emblem, Freedom from Heroes, and you started that company, right?
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about Freedom for Heroes, what it's about, what you do.
Yeah, absolutely. So I started it about 2 years ago. There's a little bit of a backstory as to why it was started. I served over 20 years in the military. I did 2 deployments. My last one in Afghanistan was about a 16-month deployment. So I came back in 2008 to give you some context. And then right around COVID time, I started losing some friends to suicide that I served with. And, there was a big gap in between there. Like, why is this happening now versus right after we came back? Mental health can kind of sneak up on you sometimes, and a lot of times as service members, we don't want to talk about these things. We just want to push it down and bury it, but things come up over time. Fast forward to about 2 years ago, or 3 years ago now, I had a friend of mine that I served with in Afghanistan. He called me up and said, "Hey, would you build my wife and I a house?" And I said, "Absolutely, let's get together and talk about it." And never would I have guessed a month later he would have taken his life.
Oh my gosh.
And it was a complete shock, and so I just said, I have to do something. And so I started Freedom for Heroes.
So that was the catalyst.
That was the catalyst.
Gotcha.
Unfortunately,
Yeah.
it was the trigger that pushed me forward. But ultimately, my wife and I have founded this based on the sole fact that we just want to help with mental health and try to approach it in a different way.
Now that you're out and you're in civilian life and you're doing what you're doing, you're still on a mission, so to speak, right?
Yes.
Is that, how would you word that?
Yeah, I think for me, the mission never really ended. To be able to have the opportunity to give back, and whether you're spiritual or not, all the things that I've experienced and all the success that I've had in whatever fashion, it felt like it was time for me to give back in a different capacity. We built 6 wounded warrior houses for another nonprofit,
nice.
Jared Allen's organization, and then that sort of faded away, and that's when Freedom for Heroes sort of picked up. And we're just helping with the mental health side, and it doesn't matter if they're struggling with life or transition or money or whatever it is. We just want to be able to give back and help.
So if we had, a veteran or someone that maybe is going through things or doesn't want to talk about it, but he hears about Freedom for Heroes or he's watching what we're talking about today, what would you want to say to them?
I would say that, you're not alone. A lot of us experience different levels, and we experience these things at different times.
Yeah.
Everybody's on a different trajectory, and what I would say is you're not alone. Like, engage, that tribe once again. And I think that's one of the missing pieces that I see as a service member is once you separate from service, you kind of lose that community or that tribe that you were, it's that band of brothers feeling. That
your lives were dependent upon every person on your team, right?
Yeah.
As a veteran, you're not alone. You're experiencing things that we all experience. Let us walk with you and let us help you navigate life however we can.
From the battlefield to building homes and hope, Mike Christensen shows us that freedom doesn't end when the service does. I'm Steve Alkenar, and this is the American Dream.